We are going to look at adding our own custom material library. One of the most common materials we use in class is PLA, as well as PETG. Both of these are really common types of 3D printing filaments these days. They both have slightly different properties, such as mass, density, volume, and even some of the chemical breakdowns, right? One important note, though, is that these are going to assume these material properties that we're going to add are going to assume that this is solid PLA, right? And the problem with that is you all know that when we 3D print, oftentimes we don't have solid parts, right? We use something like 20% infill, maybe even a little less depending on the part. So while these materials are nice, they don't necessarily reflect the total accuracy, which is one of the reasons they're not included. You can see the cube on the screen. We're not making anything fancy today. We're making a cube. The big deal, though, is that if we go up here to the name of the file and we say properties, and we go to physical properties, you can see that these properties are reflecting that of the polylactic acid, which is what PLA stands for. So that material is new to us. So here we are in our browser, and I'm going to type in tinyurl.com, and I'm going to type in NHS materials folder. When I do, it comes to this screen. Now we've seen these kinds of screens before, so we know that we just need to come over here to the download, the arrow, and we'll click it, and that will download it to our computer. We should see it show up down there at the bottom pretty soon. There it is, came in. And now I'm going to go to Fusion. It's important to note that we downloaded something, right? So it's probably going to be in our downloads folder. At the top, we're used to this solid one. So there's our sketch and extrude and revolve and pattern, and we've kind of done that. We know that scene. There's surfaces, mesh, sheet metal, plastic, and finally, where we want to go, utilities. We are specifically looking for the icon that says Manage Materials. Mine is right in here in between the traffic light for computing and the measure tool. So I'm just going to click Manage Materials, and it brings up our material library. Now I'm going to go right here to the icon, and this allows us to create and open folders. And I'm just going to say Open Existing Library. So I do that, and it's pulling up my computer. So there we are in our Downloads folder. I'm going to double click it, and it's going to pull it right up. It's now imported. So we have all these new materials. Some of them are new. In particular, our 3D printing filaments are new to us. A lot of these I've tried to simplify and use the materials that we're actually going to use at some point. Some of these, like teak, we will not use, but they're kind of common materials that could be used. So I'll go ahead and hit X. And now, just like normal, I'll go and I'll right click and I'll see physical material, because I'm going to apply a different material to this. And I want to make sure for library, by default, it'll probably say Fusion 360 or something like that. Once we click in there, though, we can go down here to where it says NHS Engineering. So we'll click on it, and now we have all our filaments. Well, excuse me, all of our filaments that we commonly use, as well as other materials. Here's aluminum 6061. So I just drag it over. It's not much different than normal. The only real new thing for us is that we just imported a library.